Hello everyone, this is Indu. I hope you're doing well. This is a part 2 of our video, that is the second part of JWT token based authentication. In the first video, we will cover basic setup like with the database. We can make this table and add here in the application DB context. Here we can use anti-framework core. This package we can with these three package we can install like anti-framework core .sql and tools to add migration or update database. Our next step is we can make a interface, and where we can declare two method, only give the definition in interface like a register and login. So firstly we can make a folder. We can make a folder services services and inside this we can make a again new folder, that name is the I services, in which we can put our interfaces, and we can make a interface. For example, I we can make example we can make I auth service. Yes, and in which we can make a two method. First one is a register and second one is a for login. And with the help of interface we can achieve a loosely coupling, and we can inject a dependency injection. So that's why we can do a separate layer and not directly write all the code in this controller. We can call from the outside with the help of dependency injection. So here I can also add the comment I auth service defines a contract or give a like definition for authentication operations, and it helps to achieve loose coupling or dependency injection. Achieve loose coupling and dependency injection between controller and service. Okay, so now the controller is a dependent or interface. Not all the like all the implementation we can do in the service, our auth service, but the controller only assess these method that we can put here. So controller depend on the interface. So here controller depends on interface, not a service, or you can say concrete implementation, because here we can give only the definition of the method, and the declaration or implementation we can do where we can insert this interface I auth service. Okay, so it will helps to maintain our application easily, to maintain easily we can extend and task we can easily test. So it makes the application easier to maintain, comma you can easily extend and easily easily test, and in which we can follow a solid principles also. Last principle, that is the dependency inversion, and with the help of interface in which we can follow solid principles. That is, it's a very important question in the interview, .NET interview. If you are fresher or experienced, dependency inversion principle. Okay. So here we can make a first method task. Because we are here, we can using a async and await. So that's why you can also see represent a asynchronous operation that can return a value. And here we can put string. We can return a user register successfully. We can give a simple message. That's why we can take a return type string register, and here we can take a table user comma user, and here we can add the namespace of table. This one, here it's giving error. Why it's giving error? Public string register, it says register must be declared. Okay, okay. Here we need to take a interface, not a class. It's a interface. Okay. And it handles like user inside this, where we can inherit, we can add a like logic to a registration. You can add all the details and user this detail we can save in the database. So it this method, like this is for the registration, like new user register, where we can fill this all the details like user id, name, last name, username, password, confirm password, and role. And this data will be saved in our database. So we can make firstly this logic we can write here, where we can insert this method. So handle this method will handles the user registration logic. So for this we can use this method, and actual जो इसकी implementation है, for example here we can only give the definition of the method, and the actual implementation we can do in the auth service. Actual implementation is we can done implementation we can done in the auth service, where we can insert this interface. Okay, next one we can make a method to log in when user register. After that, we user will log in, and after if all the credentials are valid, like same username and password, so we can it will generate a token if user is a login with the valid username and password. So here we can take another task, and if user login, we can return a string token. So again, we can take a return type string login login detail, and it will handle the user login logic and JWT token based generation here. And it returns it will return a JWT token when user login with the valid username and password. So this method will handles the user login logic and JWT token. It will generate if user login with a ra- uh, like same credential like that is in the database, then it will generate a token. Generate it will generate a token, and it will generate token only if login is successfully, only then successfully if they add us exact same username and password that we can put in the database. So this is we have completed here. Our next part is we can make a service. We can take a class or service. So we can make this class, and here we can inherit our auth service. This method, this interface we can inherit here. And in C# we can achieve a multiple inheritance with the help of interfaces. So you can see here firstly it will give a error to import the namespaces. This is the namespace we can import it. Next one is to implement interface. You can see here. So this is all the method. We can make a two method, login and register. So here you can click on implement interface, and first one is a login and second one is a register. But firstly we can make this method register, and because firstly user will register and all the details will save in the database, then we can log in with the help of username and password. For example, here we can take only two fields like username and password only. So firstly, we will make a constructor and we can inject our application DB context with the help of dependency injection, because here is a service layer, a data access layer, you can say that. Also, it's called a layer architecture because we can divide the code in the layered and repository pattern, you can say, because we can make a different interface and services rather than writing all the code in a same controller. So it's a easy to maintain, loosely coupled and easy to test, and you can easily extend. For example, here if you want a new method, you can you can make a new method login with the help of name. So or log out, any method you want, so you can easily extend. And here you can give the here you can give the implementation, and here you can give the here like in the interface you can give the definition, and here you can pass the implementation. So that's why we can follow a solid principle and our oops concept. Firstly, we can inject here our application DB context with the help of constructor, private read only, private read only, application DB context, yes, and make a constructor public our auth service, yes, this one and this one, and inside this one. Okay, our first method is a this one, the register. It handles the user registration logic. So it handles the. I make this like project very simple. It's a little bit difficult, but I try to make it very simple, so anyone, if you're fresh or experienced, you easily understand. Mainly I make this for freshers. So I also added comments so anyone can easily understand. So this method handle the registration logic. So when we a user will register, all the information we can save in the our database table, this table user table. Okay. Now you can see in the SQL server, this table we don't have any data. So we can check what is the his name is a JWT token. So can open this. So this one you can see here we don't have any data because we don't add not added any record here. We have only one table, that is a user. We don't have any record here. So if user register, all the detail we can save here: ID, use first name, last name, username and password. And when user will log in with these two field we can pass username and password. So if it's matching with the database record, then user successfully login. Otherwise, no, it will be a invalid error we can give here. Okay. So firstly, we can make a method for here. So this method will handle user registration, and it will validate password like a username, like here a confirm password, or a password or confirm password. Every time it will be same. If not same, it will give a error. If user already, like if in this table already that user in the database, so that time it will give a error like this user already exists in the database. So we can add here validation password and check existing user, and we can save data in the database. So in this method we can, sorry, we can validate password, comma, checks existing user, and saves data to database. Okay. Next one, here we can write the logic. So firstly we will check if user dot password not equal to user dot confirm password, then it will give the error password or confirm password not equal to, like not match to each other. So we can give here firstly if condition, we can add here if user dot password not equal user dot confirm password. So I think we can take here confirm. So okay, confirm password, and it's a mistakenly we can write, you can take this name a confirm password. Okay. And then if this wrong, then we can return, because we are returning a string, so we need to return here string value, return password and confirm password do not match, and in the end we can add the semicolon. And next we can, here we can check, I also add the comment, here we can check if password and confirm password is match or not. Match. Next one is we can check if user already exists or not, and here we can take a sync, because we are using a sync and await here, and variable user exist is equal, here we can take here await, because we are getting record from the database, that's why we can put here await context dot user, sorry, users dot any sync, like anywhere, if that record in the database, that time it will not add a same username, because we don't have a same username or same password. So if they have a same user, that it will give a error, your dot username. Okay, username not equal this user dot username. So it will the same, and if user exists, if that user exists, then it will give a returns it returns like user already exist, username already exist. So it will give a this message like this user will already exist, so you can give a any other name. So it will check. I also add comment here. It will check. It will check that if username exists in the database. And the next one is next we can do here. We can give the next we can do a await context dot users dot add a sync and pass the user, then await save changes async, and then return the message user registered successfully. Return user register user registered successfully. All the details we can write here to the like to login the register. Next one we can make a login method. Here we can firstly check the credential. If username is password is the like same, then that user will be validate, and then after that we can generate a token. So you to generate a token we have some basic configuration that we can do here. Firstly, you add to here, go to application TV appsettings.json file. Here we can add settings to implement JWT token authentication. Here we can add keys, issuer, like who created the token, audience means like who will use the token in the front end, because sometimes we can call this API from the front end. And expire time, like what is the time of your token to expire, like 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute. So this all the things we can declare here, and it's used to like used inside the when we generate a token. So these all the details we can save here. We can use in the JWT token method. So firstly you can write here, you can take a variable JWT, this one, and next you can add the semicolon. Here you can give a key, any key you can give here, but you try to write long key. Any name you can write here, like my so any my super secret key, any name you can give here, but you can try to add a long key, secret key, because if you give a short, so it will give a error. 1 2 3 we can put here. Next one is we add a comma, and then we can add here issuer. Like issuer means who issue the like this token. So here you can give your website name. For now I am giving my app. So I also add a comment here. So firstly, why we write here, to make our token for a secure login. That's why we can generate a token to secure logins. Like after that, it will be like after 30 minutes, you can see here the token will be invalid. So here, this is a secret key used to the sign sign the token. Next one is issuer, means who created this token. It means who will created this token like your API. Next one is we can make for audience, like who will access this token. Like you can front end API who will like access this token. For now, if you have a front end in Angular, so you can give that path here. For now, I am giving here my app audience. Okay, this is issuer means who created the token, and audience means uh, like who will use this token, who will use this token. Next, last one is we can make for expire minute, like how after like how many minutes this token will be expire. Expire minutes. Expire minutes. Yeah, we can put this inside the commas. Bolex v, and here you can put any minute. For example, for now I am giving here 60 minute. So this is the token expire time. This is the token expire time. Okay, so every time when we use a JWT token, so we need to add here configuration. You already know in appsettings.json file, it's also important question. Here we can write all the configuration. It's a very important question in interview, like why we use the appsettings.json file. So you can see here we can add our data connection, configuration, and JWT configuration we can do here. So this is done for today video. In the next part, we will cover like how to register this in our program.cs file, and also make a method for a login. So thanks for watching. I hope this video will be helpful for you. Try to understand this video, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.